2020 Reebok CrossFit Games continues here at Morgan Hills Outdoor Sports Center. I'm Chase Ingham. Alongside of me is Bill Grunler. Nikki Brazier will join us shortly. We've had 3 events already, and Matt Fraser sits on top of the leaderboard. I think we can keep saying that over and over and over. I should get good at saying that. 100 points above Jeffrey Adler, currently sitting in 2nd place, and that 3rd event did wonders for Jeffrey Adler.
Well, and, you know, we were wondering what was going to happen in the beginning. We knew exactly what Matt was going to do, and he's done exactly what he would do. It is first place, 2nd place, and he's just cruising, doing what Matt does. So we know the abilities he has. Actually, he blows away all of the stuff we know. We know he's going to win. We know he's going to excel, and he does just that. It doesn't matter what's laid in front of him. So this is kind of the Matt Fraser show. Now, with that being said, we have a lot of athletes that need to try to come at him. And we talked earlier with Jeff Adler to see if he had that ability. I honestly didn't think he had it. I mean, the way he started off was not the way he wanted to look. I mean, Matt Fraser just back and forth. It didn't matter if he had to do bar muscle-ups, or if he was running with a bag on his back, or if he was pulling heavy weight off the ground. But I love the battle that we started to see with Adler and Matt as it started to grow. Adler had such a rough start in the beginning, but with that last total battle between them, they were able to really kind of look at each other, kind of game it a little bit, and finally Jeff was taking some swings. And that's what we talked to him about that earlier. We wanted to see him go big, and he needs to. The worst you're going to be is 5th, so come at him, Jeff. You got to give him your best shot, buddy.
The big thing we saw is confidence boost with athletes who aren't super confident coming in, and after a CrossFit Total event, that was definitely a good booster for Jeffrey Adler.
Oh, 100%. He looked strong. He was getting PRs, which is amazing that you're going to be able to hit those here. But that really gives him some momentum, and he needs that to end this part of the day. We have two events left that we know of, and, you know, continue that in for the rest of the weekend.
What we have coming up just got announced recently. Event number 4 is a handstand walk presented by Fit and is a 100-yard handstand. I want to say walk. It's a handstand sprint. It's aptly named for the athletes in the field.
You know, and we've talked about this, what it's going to look like, but this is just like you said. It's a hand race, not a foot race, a hand race.
Nikki Brazier has more on this event down on the floor.
You guys are absolutely right. Given the fact that this is the 4th event of the day and another event to tax the shoulders, the name of the game so far for the athletes has been recovery. What can they do after event 1, where we saw their shoulders taxed with the jerks, and then the last event, the CrossFit Total, with that strict press? And if you ask the coaches, specifically Justin Medeiros' coach, try to take a quick nap in between events. And you guys have been with us the whole time. You know how long we've had. Not very long. So sneaking in any small amount of recovery in between these events is going to be key for these athletes to keep performing.
Lane assignments for event number 4 go as follows. Justin Medeiros sitting in lane number 1, Samuel Quanton 2, Matt Fraser, your overall leader, sitting in center lane, lane number 3, bracketed by Jeffrey Adler and Noah Olson in lane number 5.
And you know what? We've been talking about Noah Olson coming into this year's games, how he's been pushing Matt. He's the one right behind. He was sitting in 2nd place coming in. This is an event. He hasn't had a real successful start to the day. This is an event that Noah has a shot. Him and Fraser go back and forth on this. Noah is very good at gymnastic movement, so he needs to really make his move here and get aggressive. Now, Matt Fraser, we already know he's good at everything. But one of the bad things for Noah is that whenever these guys go head-to-head, Matt always just edges him out. So we've seen a very similar to this event to this back in 2016. It was 280 feet walk in 3 minutes. Matt beat Noah by 2 seconds in that race. So I think we're going to see a really, really exciting race here. Justin took a nap. Maybe he's counting how far he has to go right now. He looks relaxed. He's just like, hey, I'm just here to have some fun. But again, this kid's a phenom, and I want to see him doing something special. And every time he goes after. But the important parts of this event are very, very simple. You have to stay in your lane. And I don't mean stay in your virtual lane. I'm talking about run your race. Break if you need to. Push when you can, but stay focused and keep those hands strong.
Event number 4, the handstand sprint is underway. Noah Olson starting off at a very quick pace. Followed by Matt Fraser and Justin Medeiros. Looking on the bottom left part of your screen. He'll actually take one quick little break. And now the rules here is that the feet must be behind the lines. Matt Fraser in the center part of your lane has yet to come down, but Medeiros' technique is 5 yards, kick down and kick back up. Very, very interesting strategy from Medeiros.
I love that strategy. I think that's great because it's not the first half of this race that's going to be important. It's the second half. So here's Matt just going unbroken. Noah's right behind him, crushing. But those guys haven't come down at all. Justin has come down every single time, and he's still right in the mix. He's still sitting. Actually, he's in second place right now.
Matt Fraser still holding on to that lead. Has yet to come down as he is approaching the 20 yards to go mark. Fraser in the center part of your screen, but the race is for second place between Justin Medeiros in the far lane and lane number 1. And just inside to his left is Samuel Quant. Fraser will come down for the first time. Medeiros is creeping back up. Fraser has about 10 yards to go.
And look at the difference. Matt actually looks tighter. He's been putting in so much work. Justin Medeiros is just popping up and down, does not look fatigued at all, and he's literally right behind him.
And Matt Fraser will get his third event win on the first day of competition. And just behind him is Justin Medeiros with a 5 yard at a time plan worked in his favor. And now battle for third place will be won by Noah Olson and Samuel Quant.
Oh my goodness, that was an amazing race to see. But oh my gosh, but Jeff Adler, this is one of the things we've been talking about. He needed to be able to ride that success. But we know handstand walks and gymnastics stuff are not his forte. So he's got to make sure that he kind of blows this one off, keep riding those PRs that he got earlier.
And 4 events down, we're starting to see the test unfold a little bit. We had a max lift test previous to this. Now we have a max gymnastic skills test. And then we know we have something later down the road of that trail run. So this is when you need to have all your bases covered, because if you're good at one of these things in a field of 5, it's way more detrimental on the leaderboard based off this scoring system than it would in a field of 40.
Now, I really think that it was aggressive of Matt, but kind of the old school competitive way is if you have to race, you get on your hands and you do it as unbroken as you possibly can. I love the fact that Justin Medeiros over on the left-hand side of your screen there would go up, come down, go up, come down. Matt just fought the whole way, all the way down the field up until like the last 5 yards. I love the way he was using his legs to kind of propel himself through. You know, he's not arching at the back, but he's using those legs to lurch his hands, hand over hand. Great technique for sure, but Justin Medeiros was literally 6 seconds behind, coming down every single time. Hey, guess what, people? It's okay to break it up. You don't lose when you break it up.
Matt Fraser will win event number 4 with a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds. And it'll be the women's turn to tackle event number 4, presented by FitAid, a 100-yard handstand sprint across the competition field. And after 3 events, Tia Toomey has 3 wins in a row, 300 points. But Haley Adams has moved back into second place with 165 points. But with this scoring system, the way it works for 5 athletes, anything can change. No one is out of it just yet for second, possibly for first.
So 100-yard handstand walk. This is very similar to something we did in the 2016 games. It was 280-foot walk. We had 3 athletes that were battling 1, 2, and 3. That was Katrin, Carrie, and Brooke, which all of these women are in here with one wild card with Haley Adams. We don't know what she's going to do here necessarily, or with Tia. I mean, this is one of her weaknesses. Katrin, the last time we saw this event, she had the fastest time. She won the handstand hold in the phase 1. She's great on her hands. So she needs to do this really. She needs a good score to get her up off that total. But right behind her is Carrie Pierce. Again, your gymnast. And if you talk about a 1-2 punch, it goes Katrin, Carrie, and then Brooke historically. So this is going to be a great race between these 2 ladies, and they both need these points.
I was talking to some people out of Cookeville, and they said Haley Adams is a beast upside. If you think about mayhem training in general, they live on the handstand walks, the GHDs, and anything outside the box. What I'm curious to see is how Tia is going to handle a race against these 4 women. Event number 4 underway. Tia-Claire Toomey in the center lane, but the other 4 ladies are already off to a big lead.
And this is something that I think Tia has to be almost come to grips with. She can get last in this event. It's very possible. This is very niche-y. The other 4 girls are very good at this. So this is her one weakness, and it looks like we're seeing that happen already.
You're in an event where the 4 other women you're competing against are literally the best in CrossFit at this particular. You look at the 16 games. Davis-Daughter, 1. Pierce, 2. Brooke Wells, 3rd in that handstand walk event.
And, man, look at Brooke Wells. So great last event using that momentum. I mean, we looked at her earlier in the day. She looked like she was having a really rough start, but she has definitely got that momentum driving it. And again, looks very comfortable on her hands. I'm surprised that we don't see Catherine up there a little bit more. But then again, we wondered what Haley was going to do, and she's sitting tied with Carrie right now.
Brooke Wells on the left side of your screen with a 5-yard edge on Carrie Pierce just to the right. And behind her is Haley Adams. Brooke will take a break. Pierce is yet to come down. Haley Adams the same. Katrin Davis-Daughter is back of the pack sitting in 4th. Tia Toomey isn't even in the picture, but it's going to be Brooke Wells just ahead of Carrie Pierce, followed by Haley Adams.
Wow, that was a great finish for all 3 of those girls, and Brooke needed that. That was a huge win for her.
Big back-to-back finishes for Brooke Wells after taking 5th place on the first 2 events.
Yeah.
Now she just racked up a 2nd and 1st place finish in the next 2.
But I tell you what, who's impressive so far has been Haley Adams, and she just keeps sitting in that mix. Now, we knew that this was going to be a tough event for Tia. I don't think this is going to knock her mentally at all. She's so confident. She knows what this event is. When she heard this announced, I'm sure she was like, okay, we'll count that one out, because she's going to be able to make up those points on the other events.
Tia-Claire Toomey has won the first 3 events of the day. She'll take 5th place. Now she'll lose 85 points to Brooke Wells. But Brooke Wells, again, 2nd place in the total, 1st place in the handstand walk. This is exactly what she needed coming off that disappointing ranch morning for events 1 and 2.
I really wish we could have seen her face when Dave Castro made the announcement that it was going to be a handstand walk, because she was like, all right, like chomping at the bit, drooling, ready to go. But once she got up on her hands, it was like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. And basically just took off. She looked very relaxed with that, which is what I really, really liked. If you see how she's moving, you see her legs are kind of going, but she's not struggling. And look at that quick turnaround. Super fast. Knows exactly where she is and what she's doing, and just finished strong. She didn't even look like she even looked around to see where anybody else was.
She said that during the total. She doesn't want to see people compete against her when it comes to like a failure aspect, and handstand walks could be one of those.
Definitely.
So good breaks for Brooke Wells. Paid off big as she will win event number 4. She'll be down with 121.22. Carrie Pierce just behind her. Haley Adams. This is a great finish for Haley Adams, having no idea what she was going to be able to do coming into this event, just because she wasn't in 2016. But great back-to-back events for Brooke Wells. She's down with Nikki Brazier.
Brooke, when it is a tight race and there are so many other skilled gymnasts and handstand walkers right around you, I mean, how do you decide when to break, when to go unbroken, and how to kind of combat the fatigue?
Yeah, I think that one was a lot about staying in your own lane and focusing on like what you can do. I probably could make it the full way with like out coming down, but like taking methodical breaks to make sure that you're kind of like running on your hands, like keeping the speed up is I think what made the difference.
One of the most unique parts of this year's competition is obviously that there are only 5 of you athletes out on the floor, and that can change a lot in terms of scoring. So coming in first is a big win for you. How important is that? How much does that weigh on your mind when you're looking at what you need to do in the events coming up?
Yeah, I mean, the difference between even first and second is so big because of the points that it makes a huge difference whether you get first or second. So I think that kind of adds like a little motivation to like push you more because you do want those extra 25 points. And definitely needed that after having not such a great start. So that's kind of what's been in the back of my head.
Big unknown coming up. Well, how are you feeling going into event 5 of day 1?
Yeah, it's been a big day for sure. Excited to go back to the ranch and see what he has in store. I mean, we think it's a trail run. I mean, that's kind of what has been said, but we have no details going into that. So let's see what's up his sleeve.
Yeah, let's see. Well, congratulations here. Nice work.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Brooke Wells taking event number 4, sponsored by Fit Aid. And coming up, the final event of day number 1, we are going back to the ranch as the trail run is looming for these athletes. And we got to see some of the demo teams test this, and the trails are gnarly out there.
Gnarly is a complete understatement. These guys are going to get dirty, and it's going to be a rough one.
The final event of day number 1 of the 2020 Reebok CrossFit Games will be coming up next. Stay tuned for more action from the CrossFit Games.